Hi everyone, my name is Mike. Welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're going to go over 3 simple exercises that are designed to help you reduce your sciatica pain quickly and effectively. If you've tried stretching, painkillers, and nothing seems to be helping your sciatica pain, these exercises are designed to get to the root cause. Now, when we are trying to get to the root cause of sciatica pain, it's important to help our low back learn to move smoothly and teach the spine and our low back that it's okay to move again, even when there's pain. So of course, with any of these movements, we don't want to cause or re-injure any of our sciatica. We only want to go up to the point where we start to feel the pain. And then once we get there, we know that with these exercises, that is our limit and that we can work within those limits. Now, one of the main causes of sciatica pain is weakness in the lower back muscles, especially the ones surrounding the spine. What happens is this causes a lack of stability and increased pressure on the disc material between the vertebrae. And if there's weakness in these areas, this can, over time, cause the disc material to press on the nerve as it exits the spine. So with these exercises, of course, we're going to try and get relief first, but then over time, we're going to build strength in the low back and the spine, which ultimately will also help us achieve our goal of reducing our sciatica pain. But before we get started, I'm Mike. I'm a chiropractor and a master's of science in exercise, and I help people get out of low back, hip, and knee pain. It's all I do. So let's get to the exercises. But first, here's a quick disclaimer. So with this first exercise, we are going to work to open up the space where the nerve exits the spine, just in case there's any disc material or any other inflammation pressing on that area. And often what I see is people feel immediate relief right away with this movement. And so it's quite simple. First, we are going to lie down on our side. We want to have the painful side, the side that we're feeling the sciatica or the low back pain, facing upwards. So in this instance, it's our left side facing up because we have pain in our left low back and our left leg. From here, we're going to place a couple of pillows just underneath the hips. This will help open up the joint space. We want to make sure that those pillows are right above where our hips and our waist are, and the pillows are sitting right underneath the L4, L5 segments, which is where the sciatic nerve exits. Once we are here, we can just lie down, relax, and take some deep breaths as the joint space slowly opens up and releases pressure in that part of our spine. So once you've done this for a couple of minutes, we can move on to the next exercise. Great job. So for this next exercise, we can stay laying down on that same side. Again, we want to make sure that the painful side, the side that we're feeling the symptoms on, is facing up. We then want to purposefully stack our legs one on top of the other as we're lying on our side. From here, we want to raise our straight leg up in the air as you see here in the video. We want to do our best to make sure that the movement is only coming from that leg and the hip. And once we get towards the top, whether that's as far as you can go and you have no pain, or you start to feel some pain and you stop before you hit your maximum, either way, wherever that top point is, once we get there, we want to slowly turn our foot and our leg outwards, as you see here. What this movement is doing is it's doing 2 things. One, it's activating your core and strengthening some of the low back muscles that are potentially weak and putting pressure on the spinal segments involved in the sciatic nerve. And second, it's going to activate the piriformis muscle. This muscle is key in hip and pelvis stability. And so if there's any mismatch between how the piriformis muscle is firing and how the pelvis is moving, this can potentially cause pressure on the sciatic nerve. So if we can stabilize our pelvis, stabilize our hips, and get things moving more freely in that area, while also working to strengthen the piriformis muscle, this will help take some of the pressure off of the sciatic nerve. Because with the piriformis especially, the sciatic nerve runs right near it, and so if the piriformis muscle is weak and it is guarding against being stretched too far, what it will do when it's guarding is it will tighten up, which puts pressure on the sciatic nerve. So if we are working to strengthen it and telling it that it's okay to move and getting it stronger over time, it will become more stable and it won't protect itself as much. And all this will work together to help relieve your sciatica. Now, if this movement is too difficult, there is an alternative that we can do and get the same effect. So what I want you to do is bring your knees closer to your core, closer to your stomach. And from there, what we're going to do is just open up our legs and our hips at the knee. So we are going to open it up just as you see here, kind of like opening up a book. And again, we want to feel it in the hips and pelvis. We don't want to experience the pain that we're feeling. That's a sign that maybe we're going too far. But what we want to do is feel a little bit of discomfort. We want it to be working. We want to feel like it's a good workout in that area. So for either of these movements, you can do this 8 to 10 times. So if you don't feel this in kind of behind your glute and deep in your hip, what we can try and do is you just want to go up a little bit further if you have a straight leg, or we want to make sure if our knees are bent that our low back is straight. We don't want to compensate with any other parts of our body. We want to make sure that the movement is isolated specifically to the hips and the piriformis muscle. All right, so once you've done this 8 to 10 times, we can go to the next exercise. Great job. All right, so for this third exercise, we are going to flip over and move to lying on our stomachs. Now you can do this on the floor or a bed, or if you have a table like mine, you can do it on a smooth, comfortable surface. But we want to make sure that there's some stability in the surface that we're using so that we don't sink into it too deeply. So once we are on our stomachs, we are going to very slowly push up into a Cobra position, similar to what we do in yoga. Now with this motion, we don't want to try and go as fast as we can. In fact, what we want to do is go as slowly as possible, feeling our spine moving up and moving smoothly. And if we feel like we can't go any further, we don't want to push it. We want to just go as far as is comfortable. We can hold it for a couple of seconds, breathing deeply while we're doing so. And then we're going to slowly lower ourselves back down. So we can do this 8 to 10 times. And like I mentioned before, our goal is to only go up to the point where we feel a slight bit of discomfort, or we start to feel that pain that we were experiencing again. When we start to feel it, that's our sign that we've hit our limit and we want to back off of that. And we just know, and we can remind ourselves that that's as far as we should go for today. And what this movement is doing is it's actually helping restore motion back into the spine. And it's also helping our disc material in between the vertebrae move back into a central position where it's supposed to be. So if any of it is pressing on the nerve where the nerve exits the spine, this is helping take that pressure off of the nerve and relieving some of our sciatica pain. All right, so once you've done this 8 to 10 times, we are now finished. Great job. Now, just a couple of quick cautions that it's important to go over as we go through these exercises. One sign that is really key that you can use to tell if these exercises are working is if the pain that you were feeling, especially if it started down your leg, like let's say it started in your toes, if while you're doing these exercises, it starts to move up closer to your mid back. So let's say it was in your toes and now you're only really feeling it in your hips and not all the way down your leg anymore. That's a really good sign. This is a concept called centralization of pain. Basically, it's describing that the pain is moving from the furthest parts of our body back to near the spine. However, if the opposite is occurring, and let's say the pain was only in your glute muscle and now you've started to feel it move down towards your knees or your toes, that's a really good sign that you should stop and go see a trusted health professional local to your area, because these exercises may not be right for you. The other sign that you should go see someone local to you and stop these exercises is if your pain character changes. So let's say you had a burning pain and now it's changing to say a tingling or a numbness or just something different, or it's getting more intense. Those are, again, signs that these exercises are not right for you at this time. All right, thanks for watching these exercises. If you want more resources like this, I have a free group where we have nutrition guides, discussion groups, and tons more support outside of just these videos. The link for that group is in the description, and I'd love to see you come join. Now, if you want more sciatica related exercises, I have this video right here where I go over some more movements that address sciatica that is potentially originating only from the low back. So we're working on our core and getting our spine muscles working better so that we can experience even more relief. Click here for that video. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hope to see you in the next video, and remember to always stay moving. Thanks.